in your case is you took control of defining what this challenge is going to be. You didn't give me a challenge. I'm going to give myself a challenge. This is the sort of a hero story I want to live. Is that the case?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like asking yourself, what would that make exciting for me? Like, what needs to be true in order for that to be like something that I'm excited about? And if you look at like the sources of motivation, like one of it is autonomy, one of it is purpose, and one of it is kind of the enjoyment you feel going into something. And if you look at all these sources, you can actually pinpoint what's lacking for you. And if you know that, I think it's your responsibility to shift that, because you can. And that's what many people are not aware of. Like, I can change the way I see work. And in that might lie the freedom to like give it more meaning, give it more purpose, and find that like sense of control.
And then you find something that speaks to you, that resonates with you, that excites you. And then you are able to be the hero of your own story.
Yeah. And maybe the heroism is not necessarily outwards. It doesn't always need to be that other people acknowledge you, or like it's sometimes enough for you like acknowledging yourself, for standing up for yourself, for doing the right thing. Right? We're so externally focused, especially in our society with social media and everything else, that we sometimes forget we are a person too. And we can tell ourselves, hey, this was actually awesome. You did a great job. Like, you did the right thing. And knowing that you did the right thing and taking a pause to acknowledge that and recognize that can be tremendously rewarding, even though somebody else might not see it.
I don't remember the exact phrasing, but I think in The Ego is the Enemy, the author was saying something like, the story is not a story in the happening, but a story in the telling. So most of the time, the everyday life is not necessarily very orgasmic and ecstatic. But if you look at course of time, you can really see something actually emerging.
Yeah, and I think it's a very good point. I mean, we all know, like, probably in our lives, people who are amazing storytellers, and the way they make us feel about what just happened, right? And somebody else would say, oh, I bumped my head. And they were like, guess what happened this morning? Like, I walked like through the door, not thinking of anything. And all of a sudden, like, wham! And like, you were listening. And you're not listening because somebody bumped their head. And so I think that's sometimes forgotten. And it speaks to what we talked about earlier, which was that like emotional, like soft element that we need to address in order to find drive, in order to be heroic, and in order to become like in control and the leader, not that only other people want to see, but that we want to be.
If you have a final advice, okay, as in a hero journey, I don't know, you are the guru, they meet somewhere and they go back and change the world, etc., to say to the people who are watching or listening to this episode that they can start to do tomorrow to close the gap on purpose, drive, and heroism in themselves and organizations, what would that be?
Know your path. What I mean by that is get clear on what drives you, and what the right thing is, which are your values. Get clear on what motivates you, what energizes you when you do it, and get clear on what you want to contribute to. And if you know these three things, act in line with it, because it allows you to be authentic and engage in a way that will put you in the right spot. So I call this like the compass. So basically knowing these three will give you direction. And that's the number one thing that I would like encourage people to do. It doesn't take a lot of time, but knowing these things allows you to know what you want to do. And once you know that and act on it, you're stepping into control of your own life